Welcome to a segment that is growing more literal by the day. It's called Must Win. Now remember, it's not totally literal. It's more of a feeling. If we were to do a literal must win, guess what? According to our friends at CBS, my Patriots still literally alive. But you know what? Nice. They're not. But literally, they are. But obviously, they're not. Because I can feel it. I just know it in my bones. I can see it. That's must win. First up, Jets-Texans. Zach Wilson, like it or not, you're starting. Maybe Robert Saleh didn't know yesterday, but he knows today. Jets facing a red-hot Texans team. Houston 4-1 since the start of November. So, Nick, you want to take this one?
Sure.
Zach Wilson, must win?
Well, it's a must win for the job security of the Jets coaches and front office.
Ooh, interesting.
Wow. So here's the deal. The Jets have played 12 games. They have, and I triple-checked this, 10 offensive touchdowns, which seems impossible. But 10 is also a key number here if we can show you their schedule. They lose this home game here. They are likely going to finish the season on a 10-game losing streak. Yes, that doesn't mean I'm giving the Patriots a win over them, because nothing would be more fitting than in maybe Belichick's last game as the coach. He cost them Caleb Williams on as a little goodbye to the Patriots organization. Last year, Coach, they were 7-4, and they finished 6-10. That's 6 straight losses. This year they were 4-3. If 4-3 turns into 4-13, I do not care, Brew, how much Aaron Rodgers wants this staff to stay in place. There will be some massive change. You can't lose 10 in a row and run it all back. So yeah, it's a must-win for the job security of others.
I'm not sure on that, but I don't think it's a must-win. I mean, they're a bad team. They're a bad team that can't score. What it is, I actually think for Zach Wilson, rather than win how they had been winning, which was he plays bad to okay, and they win because of the defense, I think he'd be better off, Coach, if he goes out and has a good game. 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, 270 yards passing in a loss. I think that'd be better for him than to play horribly, but somehow they win.
Yeah, they've got 5 straight losses. They've scored 44 points in those 5 games, 8 of which the defense scored. They're at a historic low in third down conversions. This isn't just a must-win. This is like a must-call the realtor if you lose game. Because I got fired going 9-7, losing 4 out of 5. If you finish the season with back-to-back ridiculous losing streaks, I mean, it's time to look for other school districts.
Yeah. Same owner, by the way. Should be noted.
Same owner.
Uh-oh. Rams at Ravens. Lamar with a
dark.
Quiet MVP campaign.
Got real.
Looking to make a little noise off the bye. Rams are touchdown underdogs, even though they've won 3 in a row. Ravens stellar post-bye, 12-3, 26 points, and hold their opponents to 16. So for Lamar, Brew, must win?
Nick's going to be surprised by this. Yes.
Wow.
It is a must win.
I am surprised.
And they will win. All right, I'm not the least bit worried. All right, it's a must win because they're coming off a bye, all right, and they're playing a team that's not that good. And the schedule, because they're trying to get the number 1 seed.
Show the schedule.
After that, the schedule, Jacksonville, now that gets a little easier, obviously, if
Trevor might play
Trevor
by then.
doesn't play.
Yeah.
Right, maybe he'll play, but then they got San Francisco, Miami, and Pittsburgh. And those are 3 tough games. So they're not going to lose.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're going to lose, I'd say, at least one of those games down the stretch. So this is a game you should win. They must win.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brew. I think this is a must-win game, too, just based on the schedule they've got moving forward, where they are with the opportunity to secure the number 1 seed, hopefully by staying in this mix. And for me, for Lamar to stay healthy and hopefully to see some continued production in this offensive system, because the number of touchdowns it's just too low for where he should be.
And this is a game that the Ravens should not need Lamar to be excellent to win. The Rams' issue post-Super Bowl has been just non-NFL level play at various times on the offensive line.
Yep.
The Ravens' defense has been excellent. They are getting career years out of Kyle Van Noy, out of Jadeveon Clowney, out of it. Listen, Kyle Hamilton's superstar, Roquan Smith's superstar, but they're getting superstar production out of non-superstar guys. And so you would think the Ravens can win this game up front. But I agree with what everyone has said here, and you're right, Brew, you did surprise me. A Ravens loss here is devastating for them because not only schedule coming up, but because right now They are in pole position to be the 1 seed. They control it because Miami's the other 3-loss team, and they play them. So dropping a game here, opening that door back up for Kansas City, be very bad.
Okay, you tied it up.
Okay.
1-1. Everyone's 1-1, Coach. You got 0. Finally, Broncos at Chargers. Russ had his 5-game winning streak snapped when he tossed 3 interceptions. Justin Herbert, meanwhile, has managed only 16 points in his last 2 games. We'll start with you, Nick. Is this the rare double AFC West must-win? Also, this part of the segment worth 2 points, so it's anybody's ballgame.
All right, only a must-win for us.
Gotcha.
So listen, for Herbert, no matter if this Chargers season ends terribly, the coach will be blamed, the coach will be fired, Herbert will be fine, and no one's going to really come for him that much. I know that I am one of the few people that keeps pounding this, and you guys disagree with me, but this is going to be a classic Cat 2 Wild. Russ's job is not secured for next season. I understand his numbers are really good, but on the 5th day of this offseason, $37 million of 2025 money gets guaranteed. So if Sean Payton determines I don't want Russell Wilson as my quarterback 2 years from now, the time to cut the cord is this offseason. And so I do think the way they finish down the stretch is going to matter. We saw this week, Russ finally tried to play adult quarterback and involved 3 adult interceptions. And so, yeah, I think it's a must-win for Russ, not for Herbert.
I know that money vests, but what's the number if they decide to cut him? It's astronomical.
But the point is, if they decide to move off him this offseason, it's $84 million.
Oh.
If they decide to move off him, Coach, next offseason, it's $87 million. So my point is, unless you think Russ is going to be your quarterback the next 3 years, that money is coming at some point.
Look, I think this is a must-win. Russ had a very rare 3-interception game. It was only 5. It was 185. The vibe in that organization is so different than it is in the Chargers organization. It's optimism. It's building towards something. It's seeing progress. Where the other situation is trying to maintain the organization as is. If they lose there, it's going to be bleak.
I agree with both of you guys. I think it's a must-win for Russ because he's going to get all the blame if they lose. I mean, maybe a little to Peyton, but this will be on Russ. And it feels like the Chargers season's already dead. So I'm with you guys.
Okay. 2 points for Coach. He pulls it out.
Why?
Because he was rolling her eyes $84 million. That's not a lot. I was like, 2 points.
Great job, Wild.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.